everybody! Can you believe September already?
With still no end to the pandemic in sight and wildfires burning all around us.
Come on now, let's try and keep this one lighthearted. Well, you know what's funny is how last time we were talking about PBS, and then just a few days ago WGBH Boston rebranded to just GBH.
Really? Why?
Because they wanted to better reflect their current multi-platform operations, not just being a broadcaster. Well, I think it's stupid. I'm pretty sure GBH is the name of a date rape drug. Now come on, you could accept 20th Century Studios. Yeah, 20th Century Studios still has a great, majestic logo. I've seen the new GBH logo, and it stinks. It's all lopsided and it's not animated like a neon sign anymore. At least they have the same theme, but I just don't like it, okay? I grew up with the WGBH logo.
Yeah, at the end of Arthur.
Well, before that I saw it when my mom was watching Mystery. I remember the voiceover at the end going, "Mystery is a presentation of WGBH Boston." Well, speaking of TV, the fall TV season is going to start soon.
Yay! More TV means more ships.
Well, with the pandemic still going, it's probably going to be mostly animated shows coming back.
Still good. Yay!
Yes, your favorites such as The Simpsons and Family Guy are returning. There's going to be a few changes. Mike Henry will no longer voice Cleveland Brown, though we don't know if they'll be using his recordings of the current upcoming season.
Great. Now all we need is for some big event to make the Family Guy staff feel bad about rape and child abuse, and we'll be on the way to them possibly making a good show.
And on The Simpsons, people of color will now be playing people of color. So Amanda, I bet you're pretty happy about this. Well, it's a step in the right direction, and will hopefully give more work to voice actors of color, but it's just a band-aid on a huge, gaping wound. You feel me?
Amanda, do you think it's ever okay for white people to do voices of people of color?
What do you think I think?
Well, what if it's someone just making videos all by themselves, voicing all the characters, and they have a black character who's a real key part of the cast so they can't write him out, and they've got no choice but to do the voice themselves?
I mean, I guess that's okay, but they'd better be careful what that black character says.
Oh, believe me, they will.
Well, I stopped watching The Simpsons and Family Guy a long time ago, but I still keep up with the wikis just because I'm curious about what happens.
All I care about is the ships. All the ships. Give me the ships.
You mean that nasty-ass Meg Quagmire ship?
It's called Quagmagium, and they're both adults, so it's not nasty.
It is so. Anything involving Quagmire is nasty. You nasty girl.
Fine then. I'm as nasty as I want to be. And I do hope I get some good interactions between the two this season. There is an episode called Meg's Wedding coming up, so I'm curious to see who the groom will be.
Who says she's marrying a guy?
Ooh.
Well, they'd better not pull a Willow Rosenberg on us and suddenly make her a full lesbian.
Yeah, enough bi erasure.
And if she is to marry a woman, I want it to be Haley Smith from American Dad. Although it's unlikely, as I have seen a deleted scene from the crossover in Big Fat, which shows how the writers feel about the idea.
Yes, those deleted scenes really show you how truly ugly the writers' minds are.
Fortunately, being a deleted scene of a dream sequence makes it doubly non-canon.
There you go. Can we please talk about another show now? Good idea. Gina, you been keeping up on Nickelodeon news?
Kind of. I'm still waiting for news on the new Garfield animated series.
Yeah, they could at least give us a teaser trailer or something, especially after they totally obliterated the official Garfield site.
Yeah, that was a bad decision.
It doesn't give you much hope for how the series is going to go, now does it?
Well, I'm going to give it a chance. As long as Arlene is in it, I'll be happy.
Yeah, and hopefully they get Mark Evanier back as a writer.
Well, however it turns out, it's got to be better than the Patrick Star Show.
Oh yeah, that's right. SpongeBob is getting its own Planet Sheen.
Way to piss on Hillenberg's grave, Nickelodeon.
Why did Steven Hillenberg have to die? Why him and not John Crispolucci? Why?
Well, speaking of the devil, have you heard about the Ren and Stimpy revival on Comedy Central? Yes, and we've also heard about the petition against it. Oh yeah. I kinda get it, but I mean, he's not going to be involved. At this point, it doesn't matter. Why resurrect a tainted property when there's so many new ideas by good people that could be picked up? I guess I see your point, but I was really ready to give this a chance. Maybe see if they do stuff to purposely give the finger to John K., like add strong female characters.
And hippies!
Oh yeah, and get some hippies to befriend our heroes. See, now that would be a great show.
Aren't they also reviving Beavis and Butthead?
Oh yeah, and our favorite little idiots will apparently be all grown up with kids of their own.
You mean those disgusting morons actually scored?
Yeah, talk about male privilege. Meanwhile, I'm merely socially awkward, but does a guy so much as say hi to me? No! Jealousy of stupid cartoon characters isn't gonna help. I know. So much about this just makes me nervous. Not least of all how the fact that both Gen X and Gen Y now have to confront the fact that we're old. And also, okay, they're going to have Gen Z kids. Now how's this gonna play out? Are they also gonna be stupid like their dads? Or are they going to be the good and smart and always right foils? I don't know if I could stand the latter. And then there's the fact that in this cultural environment, we may have some uncomfortable revelations of Beavis and Butthead's political affiliation. Oh, come on! You want those knuckleheads on our side? Well, I mean, they were icons of rebellion in my day. Yeah, rebellion only in the sense that they pissed off authority figures. Plus, it's pretty obvious to any thinking person that they're actually a deconstruction of that sort of generic corporate rebellion. Real rebellion means fighting to change the status quo, and those two clearly didn't care about that. All they cared about was having sex with women and watching acts of violence. Rebellion? Honey, please. I would not be surprised if they voted for Trump.
Or didn't vote at all.
Well, but my childhood. Icons of my childhood. Reality hurts, I know.
Hey, what do you think South Park is going to do when it comes back?
Oh, well, they'll have no shortage of content this year.
Hopefully they learned their lesson from 2016, not to hang a serialized plot on the outcome of an election. I swear to God, if they bring back the fucking member berries.
Well, we'll have to see. Personally, I don't care, as long as they get Stan and Wendy back together. And more Craig and Tweak!
Yeah, shipping's the only thing worth a damn about that show now. Yeah, come at me with the angry comments, oh internet.
And Animaniacs is coming back in November. How do you feel about that?
Again, nervous. I mean, I really loved it as a kid. Looking back, there are parts that make me uncomfortable.
How so?
Well, they took shots at political correctness and non-violence, so that's one thing. And then there was Woodstock Slappy. Dear God, Woodstock Slappy.
Yeah. Well, I showed that one to my grandparents and they thought it was pretty funny.
Well, I guess it's easy for them to have a sense of humor about themselves. But you know, can anyone explain why so many creators of cartoons with adult jokes hate hippies? I mean, don't these people know that without the counterculture pushing the boundaries, they wouldn't be able to make shows like Animaniacs, Ren and Stimpy, and South Park? It's like the same have your cake and eat it too mentality that we see from the alt-right. Hey now, I don't think it's fair to compare the Animaniacs writers to the alt-right. Yeah, you're right, it's not. But my point is, I fear that if they keep up with that sort of humor in this social climate, Yakko, Wacko, and Dot will go the way of Pepe the Frog. Well, fortunately, I think Warner Media's lawyers will have something to say about that. Yeah, let's hope so. And I hope that the writers will recognize the changes in our culture and punch up, not down. See, In the 90s, we didn't have a concept of punching up or down. Instead, it was basically closing your eyes and punching every which way and hitting everyone, no matter what. Again, you miss those days? Well, it was in the spirit of equality. Oh, brother. Well, anyway, no kid show punched as much or as hard as Animaniacs. I mean, in many ways, it was almost a proto-South Park. You know, what with the same, caring is stupid, go ahead and punch at anyone you want to, everyone is stupid except us mentality. So, let's hope they can evolve away from that while still being funny. I'm sure they can, now that the whole you can't have humor and morality in a cartoon thing has been thoroughly debunked. We hope so too. Any other TV news? Only that we don't know when Doctor Who is coming back after the special. Yeah, it'll be on hiatus for a while. Let's hope it's only like the hiatus in 1985 and not the one from 1990 through 2005.
At least we've got the special.
Yeah, but this means no chance for a Valentine's Day special for you next year.
Someday.
Well, that's our thoughts on upcoming TV. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. And you can wait and see what happens if you stay subscribed to this channel. Catch you later!